Hi everyone, Duck here. And before our production starts Creepypasta, I want to warn you that it might scare some fans or a huge fan of this movie, and scare people in general. If you're too scared to watch this, click away immediately, okay? Thank you. Let's start the Creepypasta.
VHS. For its time, it was the biggest video watching technology that revolutionized the 80s and 90s, but then slowly died out during the late 90s and stopped making VHS tapes after 2006. But in 2007, the last and only VHS tape made by Disney, which had switched over to DVD at the time, was a Pixar film named Cars, which was the very last Disney VHS tape made and is one of the rarest items in VHS history. However, no THX trailer appeared on the movie, since Disney quit associating with THX after 2006. The main reason why Cars VHS tapes were really rare and hard to find is because VHS died out on the same year the VHS came out, and people are using DVDs to make home-release movies. Although it was the main reason, nobody knew that there was another reason why except for me, that a copy of the Cars VHS haunted kids for as long as they live. Parents who bought a copy of that supposed distorted Cars VHS complained to Disney via email about how it made their kids not want to watch Cars ever again. Even young adults told Disney that they had a really unsettling feeling of anxiety and night terrors after managing to get a corrupted copy of the VHS. You may be thinking that I was lying about this, but boy do I wish I was, especially since I was one of those victims. For those of you who don't know what Cars is about, Cars is a movie about a rookie race car named Lightning McQueen who, on his way to the Los Angeles International Speedway, McQueen gets separated by Mac, and while trying to find him, McQueen ends up finding a small town called Radiator Springs. After destroying the town, he does 5 days of community service and falls in love with the town and shows up at the Los Angeles International Speedway to win the Piston Cup. I do love the story behind a small town based off Route 66, which is a real-life highway that is open to tourism. Anyways, back to the story. What's on the VHS tape contains some questionable events that happen in the tape. It starts off as it always does, and you may think that nothing can be scary about it. But the scene where McQueen, Chick Hicks, and the King are about to cross the finish line. It cuts off right before they reach the finish line, then it cuts back, but now the tape starts glitching out, which is a layer of static covering the screen, making it hard to see what was on the screen. The tape glitches out to different scenes that only last about 3 seconds per glitch. If it wasn't doing that, then it would mix different scenes at once and freeze on some frames every now and then. It came along with the sound of heavy glitching and buzzing noises that overlap each other, getting louder and louder the further you watch. The glitching overlapping gets so intense that it sounds like it's generating a loud gut-wrenching scream, which can scare almost anyone or give them a sense of dread and terror. One person ended up getting a seizure from the flashing lights that came from the glitching on the tape, and they ended up having to recall all of the Cars VHS because of complaints. As a result, they quit selling the Cars VHS tapes as a precaution. Although it was only about 4 or 5 tapes, it was enough to make Disney never sell them again. Other people that don't have the corrupted Cars VHS tape were lucky that they didn't have to go through night terrors and end up getting a bad case of anxiety. Luckily, no tapes of it exist, except for mine, which I never took out of my old VHS bins. I never want to see it again, and I know others will agree with me on this one. They just don't want to talk about it. Honestly, I can't blame them at all.